I'm not that quick and savvy.
Quick and stabby?
Savvy. You idiot. That was pretty quick.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
Ah.
All right, so shop that.
Cocktail hour cinema, talking drinks and cinema. We watch and eat some dinner, but we don't show you the dinner. It's cocktail hour cinema.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to Cocktail Hour Cinema. My name is Brent.
I am Nico.
And I'm Emily.
And we are a weekly podcast that talks about movies, TV shows, whatever we feel like. And every week, our wonderful friend Emily here makes us a cocktail. This one right here. Themed off of whatever it is we're talking about, which this week is Eternals. What'd you make, Em?
So today's cocktail is called the Emergence. We don't have a pun this time, but yeah, it felt nice.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, I was inspired by a lot of like the gold motifs in this. So this is a very golden kind of cocktail.
Interesting.
And it includes some like classic, you could say, some ancient eternal ingredients they're used in kind of an unexpected way. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out with 1.5 ounces of bourbon. You're going to do a 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. I think it turned out better when I did 3/4 ounce.
Oh, yeah.
And then a big bar spoon of orange marmalade. You're going to shake those up real normal, pour it over a big rock, and then you're going to top off with a Hefeweizen, actually. I used...
What is this Hefeweizen?
I used Weihenstephaner.
Weihenstephaner.
I don't... my German pronunciation is not completely correct.
Hefeweizen.
When I was taught this cocktail back when I was a bartender...
Shout out to our German
shout out to our
huge German audience for the show.
They're all going to leave now after that pronunciation. Weihenstephaner is the oldest brewery in the world, so that if there's anything more eternal than that, I don't know what it is.
That
is
a really cool idea to include the oldest beer in the world.
It's also like
just
you can
another
use
example of Emily working her
spoiled.
magic.
Me and Brent are spoiled over
so
here.
spoiled.
Oh my God.
I didn't come up with that idea by myself, but I did come up with the connection by myself. But yeah, you can use any kind of Hefeweizen, just that like banana clove classic flavor. But this one's like the blueprint for Hefs, so you can find it at any Bevmo or anything like that. But yeah, beer and whiskey together.
I would give this 10 out of 10 watermelon boats.
It's very good.
Yay, I'm glad.
I would.
This is a strange note, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know why, but my palate is giving me
You're
this.
a strange note.
I get a little tiny bit of like almost peanut butter taste.
Huh.
Sip it.
Okay.
Like I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Not
I get-
me.
Maybe on the nose.
Maybe it's the
but not
marmalade.
Yeah, it's got to be. I think it's just
peanut butter and jelly.
I don't know. Like I
Something's in it
said,
weird.
it makes no fucking sense to me at all. but
Hey, taste what you taste.
I like
though.
it.
I like that.
I taste ginger.
There's no ginger in it either. Both of you are pulling out
So,
weird shit.
I don't
It's
know,
not-
but I like it.
yeah, as long as you like it.
Now, before we dive into Eternals, I want to get in the habit of doing this early in the show instead of at the very end. Please,
What?
if you like this video, like
Yeah.
it, subscribe it, smash that like button. Take the time right now while you're watching it. Pick up your cellular device, or if you're watching it on your cellular device, pause the video. Text a friend of yours a link to this video and say, hey, this is a new podcast that I discovered, and I like it. You should watch it.
There are a lot of you out there that watch this show that aren't subscribed, and subscriptions really help us out.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
terms of getting new people on the boat.
So
on the
I figured-
watermelon boat. That is
On the
this,
watermelon boat.
That is this show.
So, Eternals. These MCU cucks are going to tell you how much they like it.
Whoa.
I'm probably going to end up telling you that I don't really.
Putting words
it's
in my
like,
mouth.
right.
Goodness
Jeez.
gracious.
I don't know because I haven't talked to you guys about
You're
it.
a critic
so.
cuck.
I want to make a quick note to the producer is out of the building, so we are unsupervised today.
Oh.
Yikes.
We got puppy producers today.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sundance is playing video games. instead.
Sundance is holding it down for us.
She's just
And
eating her ass.
Starbucks.
Just
He's literally eating your
getting
ass
right into
now.
there. Okay.
All right, who wants to go first?
Well, let's give a brief synopsis, which I'll leave to you guys. Someone's got
I
to
can
know a
do it.
synopsis.
I wrote down notes this time so I don't flounder like I did with Dune. I was like, they're going to ask me. I got to have an actual sentence.
Well, and you know there's going to
Well-
be some MCU nerds that are like, that's not right. So just do your best
yeah.
and give us a break.
We would be those.
Also, don't worry. A lot of MCU nerds are really pissed off about this movie because it has diversity in it. So
a
don't
lot
worry.
of it.
I don't think that's why they're pissed off.
It's not why they're pissed off.
really?
There's
yeah.
there's a sliver of people who are really
We'll get into it.
not into.
Yeah, we'll get
diversity.
into it.
We'll get into
We'll
it.
get
Don't
into
worry
it.
about it. So Eternals. Eternals are otherworldly beings. They are sent to Earth to protect Earth from the deviants. They're sent by the Celestials. If you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you remember the planet Nowhere that's in a big skull? That's a Celestial skull. They're big in space. That's all you need to really remember about.
Big mofos.
Big, powerful mofos.
Right.
So the Eternals are on Earth, and then they defeat the deviants, and then the Celestials are like, okay, cool, but like stay there. We'll tell you, we'll come back. We'll come back to that. Just like hang tight real quick, and then we'll give you another assignment. So they're there for 500 years, 500 plus years.
5,000. Wasn't it? No.
Is it 5,000?
Yeah, because Mesopotamia to present day.
Yeah.
Long ass motherfucking time. Well, I think
Yeah.
it's they defeat the Eternals in like the 1500s.
The Deviants.
The Deviants. Oh, see, sorry to getting started. They defeat they defeat the Deviants
in Mesopotamia, which
in
was
like
like 5,000 years ago.
All right, long ass
And
time
they
ago.
go throughout. Like,
They
all
were
of
there
history,
for a
basically.
long
Yeah,
time.
a long time. 5,000
Yeah.
years, basically since
I thought
the
they were,
start
like,
of
specifically-
intelligent human life. Basically.
Yeah, but I thought they were like specifically waiting like for 500 years, but doesn't matter. Long ass time, and they don't age, and yeah, that's
hence
kind
the
of
name Eternal.
Shut up. I'll maybe like save the next
be here all
plot
night.
point until we get further in, so as not to spoil people right off the bat. We're gonna be spoiling
That's
this
the general
movie.
synopsis.
So, yeah.
Spoilers.
So,
I don't know why I say it like that.
Spoiler alert. There's always going to be spoilers on this podcast.
Yeah. always.
This is you see the movie, then you come and.
Yeah.
What I mean, I guess we don't need to do the synopsis then, right?
No, it's always a good idea to give
helpful.
people
All
a
right,
rant.
all right.
You
Some
prob-
people-
you probably enjoy it.
Some people who don't give a shit about this movie are still going to watch this episode that like our
Exactly.
show.
Throw a
Yeah,
comment down if you want us to do the recap. I actually like doing the recaps, so
Yeah,
yeah,
it helps me get in the
it
right
helps me
mind
get
frame.
back into it. Too.
It's important to go over it just
It
for
helps you
even
get
if you
back
watch
into
the
it as
movie.
well.
So, directed by Chloe Zhao, who we loved from Nomadland.
She was so
We're
great.
very excited. This is not like either of her past movies, really, at all. Except it's very pretty. I will say,
pretty.
it is a very pretty movie.
It has her thumbprint all over it, for good or for worse.
They filmed like 90% of this on location. That
They did,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
And still somehow
Way
it
more.
felt
as much
like
as you
it was all
possibly
CGI.
can.
Well, yeah. I know that Kevin Feige was really high on this movie early on, and I think because they filmed on location so much, and they had actual footage to like put together. I remember him saying that what you're looking for in a rough cut is just the potential of a good movie. You're just looking for the potential, and a lot of MCU movies are just filmed on green screen. So when he sees a final cut, there's no like everything's really rough. There's just green screen. There's no like added in graphics really. So
And you're like, boy, I hope these
with
people can
this,
act, so it looks good.
he probably had a more cohesive vision of the movie in the rougher stages because everything was shot on location. And he was probably like really intrigued by that because all the movies he was just doing Endgame, most of that was shot on green screen.
Yeah.
So
I know they shot a lot on location. It still felt like it was like so fucking CGI the whole time.
Oh, I totally disagree.
What?
I thought all of the like when they're I think it's in South Dakota where the ranch is like there's enough of that Chloe Zhao like sunsets and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that, like
no,
the
it was
landscapes.
natural,
It
like
was very pretty.
Like,
yeah.
Your fight scenes are obviously going to be
You
all
could-
CGI.
I think that's the thing is like they're fighting deviants most of the movie, and so
Yeah.
every fight scene is them interacting. Like in most MCU movies, at least they're fighting each other a lot of the times, or they're fighting other like human characters. This was like most of the battle scenes are them fighting CGI, which
oh, see,
for
I
me
think that's
personally, I was
most
like,
Marvel
eh.
movies is, but
You
I
know
get
what-
that.
You know what I liked about this movie? I guess maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself, but if we're talking
Nah,
about the
fuck it, go for it.
they were kind of like this red herring villain. Like
Yeah, spoiler alert: the deviants aren't the bad guys.
they're
in this
really
movie.
not the bad guy here,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
fill the role of being cannon fodder for the heroes to use their powers against. But the real villain was, I guess Icarus. You could say Icarus was, but
And the
also maybe
Celestials.
Ajax and the Celestials and all that stuff. That
well, it's another age-old tale of the MCU going like, what is really the right thing?
well, it's
Yeah.
What is
Hey.
who should
hold on.
who
They're on a
deserves to
really
live?
good role of having really good villains that aren't exactly villains. They're just good guys with a different point of view.
Yeah.
You know, like
Good, maybe not the word.
Well,
I
this
would
one's a
use.
little more
but
fuzzy.
they're their
Yeah.
own good guys in a certain way. They're not just evil to be evil. Like the deviants are just evil to be evil for in a certain way.
because
where,
they're
like,
just created for
They're
that.
created to
Icarus had a
kill
philosophical
people. Yeah.
like pull and tug, you know, like he loved his family, but at the same time he's programmed basically to obey the orders of What's his name?
The fucking
Atreides.
Nope. That was last week. But
Started with an A, though.
It did start with an A.
It started with an A.
Oshkosh.
Asheric.
Jesus Christ, we suck.
Asherak.
We'll be right back.
We're back.
And we're back.
Arishem.
That is a word that I will never remember.
And the other one is Tiamut.
Yeah, Tiamut.
I'm gonna forget
Arishem.
Arishem by the end of this episode.
Arishem. That's such a good name, though.
I knew it had
It's a cool name.
and I knew it
It's a lot
started
of
with
good names. I should have used that in my trivia last week. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, you're right.
So, the spoiler alert, the twist that happens is that Earth is basically an egg for
I love that idea.
a celestial.
The
So,
concept of that is brilliant.
guess what? This movie, surprise, it's about abortion.
Is it?
Yeah, because they have to kill the
Is it?
celestial for the benefit of the rest of them.
Oh, I guess
For
so. I
the benefit
never
of the
thought of it
humans.
like that.
I don't think that's an intentional thing. That's just what I thought of. I was like,
Good thing
oh, it's
this movie
abortion.
doesn't take place in Texas.
You gotta stop the birth. Yeah, I guess you have to stop the birth or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's people on two different sides of it. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, the people are all on one side of it.
Don't flood the comments.
Okay. Yeah. Or flood the comments. It might help us with the algorithm.
No, God, no. Although honestly, if you're against me here, don't get away from my video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
It got a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. I know
Is it
that's
down
been a
to
big,
that?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I know
You know what's funny? Clifford the Big Red Dog has a better critic score and audience
Fuck.
score. Look at right here.
I think what that
It's
is,
beating Eternals.
but there's so much of that is it's the fact that it's an MCU movie that was hyped as fuck. Like there was a lot of anticipation for it.
I wouldn't say hype and
yeah.
anticipation would go into that at all because every single MCU movie to
That's
date
why I'm saying it.
has been hyped as fuck.
Right,
That's
but
why I'm
it's,
saying
but it's
it.
just, but it's
I
like
thought you were
every
saying
single
because
MCU
of that, it's got a bad score because people were too hyped for it.
I think any MCU movie at all is gonna come with more criticism versus a movie like fucking Clifford that no one gives a shit about or expects to be good at all anyway.
I think my
Well-
niece and nephew give many shits.
But when
You
you
know
watch
what's funny?
Clifford, if it's
You know what's
okay,
funny?
you're like, I give it a fucking 60%. I give it a passing
Critics
grade.
Yeah.
look at movies differently than fans. Like they're not fans of. I mean, they might be fans of the MCU, but they look at it differently than how we would, right? And the audiences, if you look in the comment sections of like Marvel Studios, usually you'll see like pretty good fan reactions. Like there's a lot of like, oh, this was boring or this sucked. But with Eternals, there's a lot of like, this was way better than I thought. The critics were wrong. Like there's a lot of that.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
That's-
I disagree with that
No,
wholeheartedly.
well,
but-
you disagree with what they're saying, but what's funny though is that whenever I look at a movie, there's usually a lot of hate towards something. I thought there would be way more hate towards Eternals than what I'm
given
seeing.
the critic score or
Exactly.
given the Rotten Tomatoes and all the hype that the bad Rotten Tomatoes score has
Right.
gotten, you would expect this movie to be like dog shit.
That's
I
what-
don't
yeah.
think this movie is dog shit.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think a lot
I
of
thought
the
it was great.
criticisms towards it, so I don't think it's great at all. I think it felt super meandering. I felt like you never really got attached to many of the characters. I felt like it was trying to do 10 different fucking things at once.
Well, okay, it wasn't a perfect movie, and
it wasn't even that great of a movie. It was just an okay.
Let's just discuss.
MCU
We
movie.
don't have
there
to-
was
No,
10.
no,
there
I'm
was
just
10
giving my
main
opinion.
characters, and it
Too
did,
many fucking
It
characters.
did feel like it did
You
feel
never
like
got to really
Yeah.
love any of the characters.
it felt like they weren't playing that instrument right, putting them in certain situations where you balanced out and fleshed them out in the right way, in the
Yeah.
proper way, like the relationship between the speedster girl, whatever.
Makari.
Makari.
I
I wrote them all
Thank you.
down.
I knew all like I know Druig and I know like Pina.
Druig sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah.
But like
He
their
sucks.
relationship between Druig and her,
That felt like it was just thrown in.
that's
there.
what, and it was like after the halfway point is when you like kind of see it for the first time.
And you also, and they never even let it develop even after that point. It was just like, this thing's a thing. You're like, okay.
I think it would be. We would be then criticizing it if it was like if they really had to spend time on every individual character. I think this isn't
should have been a
perfect.
series.
This isn't
I
perfect, but
fully
I
believe that.
But this would have been great.
A great
as
series.
A great series.
Yeah.
But I think they dove just deep enough into certain characters that I think it allows room for there to be in Eternals too, where we get to know a little bit more of them.
Sure.
I thought Cersei and Icarus were developed really well.
I believe that too.
Personally, Cersei, I really appreciated because there's this thing with when you're writing a female superhero where like they all have to be tough and stoic and like one of the boys. And I loved that Cersei got to be gentle and vulnerable, and she's still strong, but she doesn't have to be. You know, like
she wasn't Athena.
Like Captain Marvel is her own thing. You know, Gamora is her own thing. But I like that Cersei is different. You can write a strong character without them being a strong character.
She also had a power that like wasn't exactly like the power I would want if I was a superhero. Like I could turn things into other things. Like cool, but it turned out
cool.
like it saved like she's the most power. She just stopped an Eternal from living. Like that is the strongest power you could have.
Yeah.
Like if Galactus, like the biggest threat in the universe, like she could defeat that dude, and that's insane.
I'll tell you the things that I liked about it. I mean, like as far as character development is concerned, I really liked Sprite. I thought that idea was really fucking cool. There's so much about the fact that they're Eternals that I feel like, again, they touched on it. They touched on the Sprite thing, how she's obviously eternal, but because she's young, she doesn't get to experience like a full adult life like that. Like she's looked at
because she's viewed as like an 11-year-old.
Yeah, one little thing on Sprite in the comics. She interacts with the author of Peter Pan, and that's how he gets the idea of that character.
Oh, cute! I like that.
Yeah.
I like how they wove in like
and then they reference
like
that in
a
the
different
movie.
mythology and everything into this. I thought that was really well. It's obviously comes from the comics, but I think that's a really clever idea.
Yeah. So I like that idea and that concept. I feel like it would have been so much better if they spent less time on other things and spent a little more time on that because there's so much humanity and emotion in it.
I agree. If there's 5 less characters, maybe that would have had more time to shine. Yeah.
And then you have like characters like Kingo, who kind of represents the opposite.
He's fun.
I loved him.
Kingo was fun.
He saved, and for me, he saved the movie. For me, he personally like
his camera assistant.
He was great.
He's great. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he's great.
They keep breaking his cameras, and he has like a smaller one.
Yeah,
I love that.
But like Kingo, how he is like really making the most of his life as an Eternal. He's like,
he's his own legacy.
Which he's his own legacy.
Can I just say, like, I know it doesn't matter and it's really dumb and petty, but how he's like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm my grandfather, and then I'm his son, and then I'm his son. I'm like, you look exactly the fucking same.
And I was like,
every time.
How do you?
No one notices this.
Yeah, I was also thinking that. I was like, okay,
there's a mustache. I wasn't pissed. I thought it was hilarious.
I was immediately mad about it.
Right? I mean, it's just a joke in the movie, and I also like that, you know, you see how big his ego is as an Eternal, and like that's what he's focusing on. So much so that he like ruined a friendship over it. He'd rather be someone who's famous than like have Sprite as a friend, basically, right? That's
yeah.
But I do kind of not blame him for like, dude, if I lived forever, I would make the fucking most of it.
She was like, ruining his vibe, basically.
Yeah, she was harshing his buzz. Let's be fucking clear.
How much is he really doing for so much of their existence?
Yeah.
Like, he's had to fill some fucking gaps.
He's fucking.
He's fucking.
He's fucking.
Yeah, he's having a great time. He's having the best time out of all of the
He's
Eternals.
filling his fucking gaps with fucking.
So I thought Sprite was a good character, but she sucked. Like, is in terms of like someone I would want to be around, I thought that she sucked. Like, it, and I get it. I understood the I understood the motivation
the whole time.
Yeah, she's just petty and like, and it was interesting because I remember when we were at D23 in 2019 and they brought out the entire cast. I remember specifically noting that actress, I was like, she looks like she doesn't want to be here. There was something about her vibe where she was just like kind of like uncomfortable on stage and like kind of off put.
She was cast.
And I was like, is she in character? Like after seeing it, I'm like, oh yeah, like she's just in character.
I know you guys aren't going to agree with this,
I'm not judging her based on her standing on a stage at D23, by the way. It's just an interesting.
I know you guys aren't going to agree with this, but I kind of felt that way about a lot of characters. I kind of felt that way about a lot of characters in this movie.
I hate it.
I didn't feel like that many characters were convincing.
In fact, your mic's muted right now.
Fastos was fucking great.
You didn't like Fastos?
Fastos was fine.
Fastos like
Fastos was fine.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, because it was muted?
Yeah, because I muted you in my head and also in real time.
When you talk,
a lot of the characters seemed bored.
When you talk, his inside just is the Cocktail Hour Cinema theme song over and over again.
No, it's the fucking music that we cut to while we're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Angelina Jolie looked the most bored.
She looked so bored in this
Or just
movie.
like she didn't fit.
When was the last time she didn't look bored in a movie?
She didn't fit in this movie. I feel like
I agree.
Any other actress could have filled that role in a better way.
I think she was fine. I wasn't like
pretty,
mad at her role. She seems
how old is she? She
like
still looks
she was
great
born.
though. So
She's very pretty.
yeah, maybe
Very
Chloe
pretty.
always wanted to work with her because I know like she's specifically casted the people she really wanted to work with.
And
She's a talented actress.
Angelina
There's
Jolie
just-
signed on because Chloe
Right.
Zhao.
There wasn't
Harry
that
Styles
much.
in the post-credit scene. We'll talk about that a little bit later. As Silence's brother Star Fox, she loved him in Dunkirk and wanted to cast him in a role, and so she.
I forgot that he's in Dunkirk. I was just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
everybody loves Harry Styles. Of course he would be
Yeah.
in it. Like,
I
everybody
didn't
likes
recognize
him.
Harry Styles until like.
That's because you're a heterosexual
Chris-
man over the age of 30.
Christina.
I did. I recognized him right away.
Yeah, because
Right.
you like
yeah.
music.
Christina
And I like Harry.
Shout out Christina. Shout out Christina.
Shout out
one
Christina.
Of one of our Patreon MVPs.
Our only Patreon MVP.
Yeah, she noticed him immediately,
course
and I
she
was
would.
like, "What?" She's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" I had no idea who the fuck he is. I still don't.
One Direction. He was in One Direction.
Oh.
And he's now on. He's having a very successful.
He was pretty good on
solo career.
SNL too.
Okay,
But
he's a good actor though.
there's not that much to sink. Like Angelina Jolie, there wasn't that much for her to like really sink her teeth into. A lot of her role was kind of boring, kind of like half the roles in this movie just felt like they didn't get a
she
real
kinda
chance
had, like,
to like.
Alzheimer's though. That she could have like done
Yeah.
a little bit more
The
with
Mad
that.
Weary.
Yeah,
Like I said, I love this movie. I like the idea of this movie, the concept. I liked a lot of the things and the characters in
Mm-hmm.
it. There's a lot about this movie that I liked a lot of it. There's also a lot of things where I'm like, well, if you take this, if this would have been a series, you flesh out these characters a little
Yeah,
bit more,
it would have been
give them a little
way
more
better.
depth. Yeah, 10 characters for like a 2.5 hour movie. It felt
yeah.
long.
They
I'll
either
tell
needed
you that
to take
too.
some out or they needed to add a lot
It
more.
felt every minute of those 2.5 hours
Yep.
or however long it was.
Oh,
Yes,
it
it did.
didn't for me, but I get that.
I
felt
loved the movie,
long to me.
but I was like, damn, like I think also maybe because it jumps around from time and
Again,
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
it
there was
felt
a-
meandering to
it
me.
felt
It felt like
long.
they didn't do. I'm not mad at like jumping back and forth between the time periods, but there's a way to do it that makes more sense. Maybe a couple less of them and fitting more into one of those cuts than just like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It just didn't feel like
there could
it
have been
kept
some
a
editing.
driving force behind it. The pacing of the movie at the first Act 1, the pacing is dog shit. Actually dog shit. Act 2 and 3, it's bad.
Tell us how you really feel, Brent.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I
Jesus
mean. It's like,
I don't
Christ.
know.
And
Go
I
for
didn't
it.
hate this movie. I actually like was entertained. It was fine. I had a good
Something
time.
tells me the first cut of this movie was like 5.5 hours long.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
think that they. Not that I'm mad at them giving Chloe Zhao complete control over this, but I think that is a symptom of it. That there's and she's the type of
I
director
never
where
thought about that. Once
I
she
get-
won the Academy
yeah.
Award, everyone was
they
just
were like,
yes men around
"Great,
her.
go for it,
And-
do it."
and
But she
whatever.
won an Academy Award for a
That
movie
is-
that is nothing.
That is
like this.
toxic on a film
But-
set. Yes men, like George Lucas's Star Wars Episode
Yep.
1 was a yes man, everyone, and then like it wasn't good.
And you get
because
Jar Jar Binks out of
You
that.
need people to bounce ideas off him. Like
which
that's-
now we like him.
Yeah,
Ironically.
By we, I mean I.
you like Jar Jar now?
Oh, I was 9 years old when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, so I
Oh.
always loved Jar Jar.
Well, Phantom Menace is my favorite prequel film,
Yeah.
just because of nostalgic reasons, and also that pod racing scene is pretty lit. Vroom vroom.
We'll one day do a whole episode about Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah,
That'll be
the
one of our
the
trash
sound-
episodes.
actually.
Let's do
The
a trash
sound
episode.
design, the sound
So
design
bad.
is so good in that. The pod racing scene.
But anyway, like I think that the editing suffered from that a little bit because like Chloe takes her time on like beautiful shots and like close-ups of people's faces.
Beautiful
and everything.
shots.
Beautiful shots.
Beautiful shot.
But yeah, I think like the pacing could have been like
There was no
cut out-
time to
cut
do
out a
what she
minute
does
here,
best.
Cut out a
Like
minute there.
those
There's
beautiful
5
moments were
less
like
characters.
cut immediately.
5 less
Yeah.
characters. If the Eternals were just 5 characters.
Okay, we can sacrifice Druid, Gilgamesh,
Yeah, who can we kill off?
Athena.
We could kill, no, Athena would have been great if she had
Athena's
more
pretty cool.
time. I liked her.
Was Gilgamesh the one that dropped the pie at that one point? Because I was like, that is so sad.
Okay, hold on. I hated that part.
Everybody hated it. I thought it was like
I thought that was supposed to be a comic relief scene. I felt like it was the wrong notes to hit because whenever you shoot comedy, you shoot in wide. There's a wide shot. And he drops the pie. I was like, that's like a Dumb and Dumber sequence that's in this like he's sad. What's up?
This is one of the reasons that I don't like the movie is that there are some very serious parts where
And
you're
they
really
undercut
supposed to
it.
sit in it,
Yeah.
and they undercut it by the very next scene being fucking slapsticky. And it's
Well,
like,
so I didn't take the pie scene as comedy, but then when I heard some other reviews and discussions of it, they were like, "Oh yeah, that fucking pie scene." I'm like,
There was
"Oh,
a lot.
to me that was like so genuine. Like, oh shit, my friend's dead. Like, I'm gonna drop whatever I'm holding, and I was like, not the pie.
It's just the way they shot it. Because here's the thing: I know that Marvel likes to do a lot of humor. They sprinkle in humor throughout the entire movie. Yeah. They usually do it really well. They do it in the right parts and the right moments. Yeah. This film felt like they put in the wrong parts at the wrong moments.
Didn't nail it.
A lot of the jokes fell completely flat to me. I'm like, that was supposed to be a joke. And like, I barely even felt the idea of a joke. The
actors
there.
didn't do it any favors.
No, not at all. The humor was I would at least 2 watermelon belts.
Also, because one joke
negative.
was shown at the end of the trailer, and I saw that trailer about 6 fucking million times.
What's the joke?
The fall collection, IKEA, the table
God.
joke.
And people still laughed in the theater.
Oh my God. How many times? Yes. We have people.
Has everyone seen this?
There were people guffawing behind me. I'm like, have you not been in a movie theater the last 6 months? Because we all been done seen that. That's happened already.
I have a really funny theater story from my experience. We're watching the movie and someone's audibly snoring loud, like.
That tells you everything you need to know.
I'm in the front row, and this is like okay.
Poor guy.
This is like 40 minutes into the movie. It's like really early on, and we can hear people go like, well, "Why doesn't someone wake them up?" And I stand up and I walk all the way to the back of the theater, basically. So I'm in the front row, like not the front row, but like row D.
Yeah, C or D.
Was the theater pretty full?
Yeah, decently.
So there were people sitting relatively close to him.
There was a lot of people sitting around him, and he was by himself. And I get up from my row D, which is like in the front, and I walk up the stairs, and I go over to him like, "Yo, bro," and I just like tap him on the shoulder, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. You were just snoring a little loud. It's all right." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then like I go down, and people are like, "Thank you." I'm just like,
that happened to us.
Someone else closer to him should have taken the initiative.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like the reason why I did that is because of like the crowd mentality thing that I've been seeing with like the Travis Scott concert and all that stuff. I know I don't want to get started on that, but that's the reason why like someone has to step up and just do the right thing.
Yeah, you did the right thing. I remember that. Remember that happened when we saw Black Panther at the Grand Lake Theater.
I'll tell you after. I had a funny image in my head, but you.
Okay. Remember we saw Black Panther at the Grand Lake Theater, and there was like a grandpa guy who like was excited for the movie, the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland, like. Ryan Coogler was at the screening.
The director showed up.
Dressed the fuck up. It was so great. And
it was sick.
This guy, this like grandpa guy who clearly like does not care about the MCU, but he's just like, I'm black. This is a black superhero movie. I have to be there. Just pass the fuck out. And we're like, hey, buddy. And he's like, oh, fuck.
And then like 2 minutes later, right back to it. So that guy didn't go back to snoring?
No, he didn't.
That's good.
That's
good on him.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel like he was just too embarrassed.
If you're that fucking tired, it's pretty easy to slip back into it.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, this is where my fucking stupid brain doesn't make any sense. But you were telling the story. For some reason, right after you were finished telling the story, I saw the story in a different way, which is you standing up from the front row in the middle of the theater and going, hey! Hey! Fucking guy! Shut the fuck up! You're just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, all right. That's what I thought. And sat back down.
I would never do that.
I know. That's why it's funny.
That's why it's funny.
That's why it was making me laugh. So I was like, this was playing out.
That would be a funnier situation. Yes.
I have one little character note that I wrote down. So Kit Harington plays Dane, who is like Cersei's boyfriend, human boyfriend.
Plays the Black Knight.
I am so fucking grateful because at the very beginning where I was like, oh, Kit Harington, like, oh, he's like a human. I was like, oh, fuck. He's going to be the like, I'm a human and don't know what's going on.
I help further the plot with exposition moments.
I'm the audience
Fish out of water guy. Yeah.
So fucking glad that didn't happen. So glad. As soon as he was gone, I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, great. We can check back in with him later.
Did you know he was cast as the Black Knight, the Marvel comic?
Yeah, they announced that at D23.
Yeah. Oh, they did.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
I didn't.
Well,
but I knew immediately after seeing him that like he was somehow going to be a part of the crew.
It's
by the
Kit
end.
Harington,
he's just
bro,
like
yeah.
in.
He's not just going to be the fucking human guy.
No.
Do we want to talk about?
coming.
Do we want to talk about that post-credit scene?
Sure. With Blade.
Yeah. So that voice, you
Yeah.
you stayed until the end.
Yeah.
That voice is Mahershala Ali.
Yes, it is.
Who's playing Blade.
Right.
Who's Mahershala Ali? I'm sure.
This guy.
I know.
Look.
This guy.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali,
I'm
bro.
bad with names, you know
Dude,
this.
he's daddy.
Did you ever watch Green Book?
Yes.
Okay.
Mahershala Ali.
Green
Ali.
Book is one of the best movies I've seen.
You know what's funny?
in my
So
lifetime. You didn't like it?
I
loved it too.
liked it. I don't think it deserved the Oscar.
Oh,
I
kinda
did.
do.
I did. I watched it. And I voted for it. The year
know
I
you
did, the night.
I know.
I voted for it too.
I
I
voted
know.
for it. Anyway,
It's
let's not get
fine.
back into it, but
It's fine.
I love that
He's great.
He was great in it. He won the Academy
He's great
Award.
in everything. You see Moonlight?
No.
Watch Moonlight.
I know everyone's told
should
me to
watch
watch it, and I haven't
Watch
watched
Moonlight,
it.
bro.
I suck.
It barely beat La La Land for Best Picture.
Fuck you.
It lost and then it won.
That was one of the best nights of my life. That was one of the
That
best
was-
Oscars
that
of
was
my life.
yeah, that was
So
so
fucking
much.
So
funny.
drunk, I was screaming because I won.
All right, let's get back to the movie. All
Anyway.
right, so Jesus Christ,
We're just so easily distracted.
Yeah, we
Well,
have all
there's
these
the thing.
like other stories.
We're doing a podcast where we drink during the podcast. We're gonna meander a little bit
Yeah,
by
you're right, you're
the
right.
second half of the podcast.
I'm all done here.
Shit, bit.
Ooh,
Oh, gosh.
I don't have one. I was hoping someone else had one.
Oh,
Oh.
I
Do we
don't
not have one for this episode?
box office.
I know him though.
I know.
I know
yeah.
him too.
Shit. Usually only one of us
Starbucks has
knows
to take
him.
a shot.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
well known.
Starbuck, come here.
Starbuck, go girl. Did you?
We can't
What?
think of. Can we think of one off the top? How quick and savvy actually are we?
I'm not that quick and savvy.
Quick and stabby?
savvy.
Savvy.
You idiot. That was pretty quick.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
Ah.
All right, so shot bet. All right, we don't got
Got
one.
that. Okay, we don't got
I don't
one.
have one.
Damn. I was hoping one of you guys would do some research.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
Oh,
back.
we're back.
There is a place that this movie was shot
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
that is off the coast of California. What is its name?
Off the coast of California.
Brandon
That's-
and Tommy and I were going to go there. We didn't, but we were going to, and we probably will at some point.
Fucktown.
Cool. Fuck.
Fuck town. We definitely will at
Is
some
that your
point.
final answer? All right.
The person who guesses closest to the name, I,
I mean,
guess. 'Cause you're-
to be fair, this movie did go to Fucktown for the first time for a Marvel movie.
It did. Wow. That's true. There was a fuck
So
town.
Fucktown, I'm going with
Okay, I got my
off
answer.
the coast of
Off the coast of California, there was a place that this was shot.
Mm-hmm.
The closer you are to the way that the name sounds. I'll just decide who's
I
closer.
have no
Okay.
idea.
You gotta
Mine's
show
gonna be wrong.
You gotta show the audience.
I know.
Brent
I'm
didn't do that last
writing.
time for Dune.
Catalina Island.
Oh, that's what I said. as
Wait,
well.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you both take a shot.
Oh, where was it?
What else is off the coast
Yeah,
of
what the fuck
California?
is off the coast?
Canary Islands.
Oh,
the
how far off the coast is
Canary
that?
Not very far.
Well, we got the CA Island.
You said what sounds the closest? I meant to spell canary.
If one of you didn't write Catalina, you would be the clear winner.
Oh.
But you both wrote the same
Shit.
thing.
Yeah, you're
so.
right.
All right,
All
shit.
right, all right.
Shit.
I need more alcohol anyway, so I'm a winner.
Canary Islands are in
where are they?
Spain.
Give me a shot. Give me a shot.
Oh
Wait, hold on, hold on.
my
I gotta
God.
explain it. And we're back. So
You fucking idiot.
I did this when we were
Right.
talking about going to the Channel Islands. It's actually the Channel Islands, not the Canary Islands.
Right.
They
We're-
shot on the Canary Islands.
I was like, they shot in California. They shot mostly like.
I did this when we were talking about going to the Channel Islands. I called it the Canary Islands.
Okay.
So
So
Brent's
that's
a
where my-
So the
fucking
Canary
idiot.
Islands are where?
They're in
Spain.
Spain. Shout out Andy Samberg.
So Brent also gets a shot.
So I'm taking a shot for
we
my
all lose here.
Idiocracy.
apparently. Yeah. I mean, technically, we're
We all got our
closer.
C's and our
That's
islands
so
correct.
funny that my brain
That's
just
funny.
went like, "Hey, remember that fuck up you made that you were already corrected on? Just do it again."
Just fuck it up again. Do it again. All right.
All right.
Christ.
To the islands.
To the
the
islands.
islands.
Whatever one you want to call them.
Don't change the channel. Islands.
It's the canary in the coal mine right there.
That's literally candy.
Yeah.
That's like
That tastes
actual
like
candy.
You say that every time I give you
I
something.
can't believe it though.
I
It's
keep
like,
forgetting how good it tastes.
It's not that expensive. Get yourself a fucking.
it also it
That's
feels
not
like
something I want to shoot all the time. though.
no. That's I mean that's
As
just, it's
punishment, I
pure
would love
sugar.
this, yeah.
It's pure sugar, but it tastes like it should only be like 20%.
I think it is.
No, it's like 40, isn't it? Is it 35?
35.
Okay, let's talk about Eternals a little bit more.
Okay.
Pip.
Oh yeah, Pip. Who would?
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Well, we knew that, but you said there was another person that
Couldn't
fans
find it.
wanted. Oh my!
Read about it
God.
earlier. Can't find it.
I thought it sounded like Seth Rogen at first.
There was someone that fans
Okay.
wanted, and then they couldn't get him.
He
and
looked
then-
awful, by the way.
Yeah, that CGI
That
looked.
Pip looked bad.
bad.
Pip looked like
Looked like
that.
it was
Looked like
thrown in.
2005 Scorpion King shit.
I feel like that kind of happens with the post-credit scenes though, where they're like, "Yeah, fuck,
They just
just
threw
fucking
it
throw
in.
it in there."
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the case.
He'll
throw in
look,
Harry
he'll
Styles.
look better when
Yeah.
it, Also, yeah, you're gonna look like shit when you're standing next to Harry
they try
Styles.
to hide him
so.
in the dark, in like a dark hallway, but like
Well, Venom 1.
Man.
What's his name that came in at the the ending credit scenes of Venom 1? Woody
Carnage.
Harrelson's character. Carnage.
Oh, Carnage.
And he had this crazy fucking weird wig.
Yeah.
And then Venom 2 comes, and it's like, oh, he looks a little bit more like a normal person.
They'll fix it. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they'll fix the little pig.
So how many watermelon votes will you give Eternals?
I'd give it 6 watermelon boats.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty high. That's higher than
I
thought you
didn't
were
hate
going
the
to.
movie.
Out of 21?
I didn't hate the movie. I was kind of bored. I was way more bored than I wanted to be for an MCU movie.
Starbuck,
Okay. Starbuck, no.
What are you doing?
hey,
Starbuck, hey,
get off
over
the
here.
table.
you long bitch.
She's like, what? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So she goes
fuck.
and licks Sundance's face.
That was so fucking cute.
Let's see, how do I get out of this? Oh, I'll just do the cutest
Oh,
thing
this
that
would
I
be
could
cute as hell.
possibly do right now.
She got all excited out of
So
nowhere.
not entertaining for our audience. It's
yeah.
a dog doing the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Damn,
in
we
your
really need a dog cam.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a good idea.
Yeah.
We've had
Well,
that idea a couple episodes
It got
ago.
stolen out of the trunk of my car.
Oh,
So-
shit.
Anyway, and we're back.
And we're back. How many watermelon boats?
Let's say 7. 7.
Yeah, I was waffling between 6.5 and 7, but I'll go 7 just to
Yeah.
make your editing life easier.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go
No
7.
halves. We're not doing halves on this bitch.
Not my favorite Marvel movie by any stretch, but definitely not my least favorite. I would like to watch it again, but at home
Yeah.
when I can pause it and go pee.
Right.
Um,
Although I want to watch it again on a big fucking screen like the Metreon IMAX because
I watched it on IMAX.
those celestial fucking
Wow.
dude, they were so well done.
I have something to say about that. The AMC IMAX in San Francisco that's like touted as like
Yeah, the
laser,
Metreon.
the
Yeah.
laser IMAX.
It's like the biggest fucking screen.
It didn't look very good. I don't know if it was a bad showing or
It might
what,
not
but
also be shot in IMAX.
it was. It was. It was shot for IMAX. The screen was like pretty dark, and there were quite a few scenes where I'm like, this is actually blurry. And I was like, Larissa, this is blurry. She's like, no, it's actually blurry.
Okay, here's
It's
the
also
thing.
an older theater.
It might have just
It's an
been a
older
bad,
theater, and also, dude,
bad go. I don't know.
a bad
all about
projection.
Dolby.
Like the projectionist.
Well, that's the thing is
there.
it's a laser IMAX, so it's the newest technology.
You still
It's
have to
not
focus.
backlit,
You
it's
still
a
have to
laser.
focus the projector onto
They
the
didn't
screen
focus
precisely.
It right. Yeah, they didn't focus it right.
There's still like
So that was kind of a
there's
bummer
still
through the
a
whole
science
thing,
to
too.
it. Yeah.
I will say this. I know we've talked about how it would make more sense as a series. My idea for the series was it'd be really cool because there's so many fucking characters. If they did like a Lost version where every episode you got to follow one of the Eternals and their whole backstory, and then by the end of the whole season, everything kind of ties together, and it's like you have these like multiple aha moments in the last like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
That would have been
Well-
so
Could've been cool.
fucking cool to me.
Yeah, I know.
Or at least, like, 2 at a
an
time,
Eternal series would have
maybe.
been great. And
Yeah.
actually, the writers of Eternals said that they have a series planned for it.
Really?
Great.
Already written and planned out. They just need a
Really?
green light. Yeah.
That's cool.
But there's a fan theory out there about Shang-Chi's 10 rings because there's 10 celestials. Maybe like those rings came from another celestial planet that maybe Galactus was that destroyed, and because the idea of the 10 rings was that they came down on a comet. That's what was said in the movie. Like some say it dug from a tomb, some say it came from a comet, and so like the idea that there was another Phastos that did those bracelets. Maybe he fastened some other bracelets that flung.
Fastened. I'm
Fastos.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's a crazy fan theory that actually makes a lot of sense to me because at the end of Shang-Chi, you saw that like a beacon was lit because he put those on. Shang-Chi put the bracelets on, and the post-credit scene said like, oh, there's a beacon, but to who? Maybe that's a Galactus reference.
Galactus.
And obviously, this is going to tie into the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
Multiverse of Madness. Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness. It's going to tie into that. There's also like
What is?
this whole plot line.
Oh,
The Eternals,
also the cool thing is
the
like
Eternals are going to are going to somehow be in this
everything
movie.
is pointing towards multiverse. We're gonna a little extend here. It's interesting because like the whole like all of the Marvel Universe people are like, oh, we heard like the title Multiverse of Madness. What's gonna be it? What is it? Spider-Man is doing a multiverse thing.
Loki.
WandaVision did a multiverse thing.
Yep.
Loki did
Right.
multiverse.
It's like who started the multiverse? Because there's so
what
many.
if
What
multiverse? This like Shang-Chi, like everything is like
It's all leading towards
the
the multiverse.
yeah.
But there's a lot of
everything.
starts to the multiverse, like something, and then also Venom too.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiverse,
Yeah,
you know?
like
The
Yeah.
antagonist in Loki
Ooh.
is presumed to be.
I have a
Oh,
theory.
Kang the
antagonist.
Conqueror.
Yeah,
No,
so-
no,
Or
he's confirmed
multiple.
for that.
Oh, okay.
I have a
I'm pretty
theory
sure it's
that I
confirmed.
have a theory that Mobius, Jared Leto's Mobius, is going to be the main antagonist in the Blade film.
Oh, in the late film. Okay, I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say.
Well, Mobius is a vampire.
Shut
Yeah.
the fuck. Oh, I didn't know.
How
just-
how are they?
Oh,
gonna...
I wasn't listening. I just presumed, and I formed my own
Wait,
opinion. based on
Mobius from the
nothing.
Matrix is going to be in the MCU?
Morpheus.
What the
Morpheus.
fuck?
Morpheus.
Wait, Mobius?
But yeah, I do think that like the Sonyverse and the Marvel Universe, the Disney Marvel Universe, they're like two sandboxes that want to play with each other. And I feel like Mobius is in the Venomverse. You know, he has Michael Keaton from Spider-Man Far From Home is in that movie. So like Mobius is the start of this vampire thing that's going to be happening in the MCU, and Blade is coming out. I feel like Mobius and Blade are going to be in the same film together. And once Blade
It would be
comes out.
silly if they weren't.
It'd be silly.
It'd be silly.
It'd be so silly.
So silly.
So fucking silly if
Yeah.
they weren't. Like, just do it, you fucking idiot.
And
Like and subscribe.
bye, everybody.
Bye,
Tell your friends, like and
friends.
subscribe. We love you. Thank you for watching.
Bye.